Okay, let's go. Let's see if my luck holds out today. Machitan. And my guys aren't feeling so hot. If Tannhäuser somehow won, I would not be mad. Condor. The Condor went. Oh yeah, well, after... Let's see. I think I can do that. I'll try to pull it up after. I haven't actually checked if I can. I haven't actually tried to rewind it yet. So I'm sure it's gonna be like me trying to understand what the changes are. Alright, the guys are in a bad mood. Trying to hang on. It should work. I just I've never tried it. But yeah, we can do Discord as well if it goes awry. Dober! Man, homecoming. Whatever it is that had her in the front. I'm just curious, what did this guy build? Oh, long! Come on! It even isn't like that much stamina for long. Mid-pack. Okay. And then this is the thing when you're surrounded. I get excited when I see Grass Wonders here, but then I remember, oh, she's probably just here to debuff. I haven't yet been conditioned to recognize her as such, like I have Nice Nature. And the President. 3 fronts. It's a good sky. We could take it. Maybe this will wind up being an interesting test of her, of Ogre's like mid-pack, back half mid-pack skills. She's still trying, just not hanging in there. Interesting. Whoa, President! I'm curious. I just want to know if it was one of those situations where the debuffer, like, goes ahead. Okay, it's like a hybrid build. Alright, that's fine. Not one of those head scratchers when the debuffer wins. Gold City. You know, I thought I would see more special weeks, because I used to see them like all the time. It always felt like I would see one like every three matches, just in general. That's why I got this idea. That's why the idea was planted in my mind, because I've lost a special week before, and I was like, ooh, I want to run special week. I want to be like those guys who clean my clock. Except in those cases, like, they ran double dom special week, and it was a really good special week. 向こう上面に入って先頭からしんがりまでおよそ11馬身順位を振り返っていきます先頭は依然日本のブルボン4馬身リード先頭から大きく離されて2番手は藤木関そしてその後ろからFuji's outfit does stand out here, or maybe it's just because she's standing next to Sky. Like, it billows out, so it kind of just all that sail area draws the eye, and it's a color that pops. Really? That's so weird. No, certainly, as you've seen, I've seen a fair number, but it's still kind of odd. I guess since people just got her, they want to use her. I just think it's odd since, like, Saiyan Sky, I could see the classic. Like, Bourbon makes sense. Like, she's easy to make. Dover's like, I run this team. You guys take second and third. I drew this manga, and you're not the winner. Or yeah, that's what I don't recall how it works. It was just one of those things where, like, I thought she's not great on mediums in general. Maybe they were just conditioned to think Kida-san's the best at everything. I'll have to look it up later. Oh, I see. Maestro. Wonder why.
2馬身離れて成田ブライアン I was thinking, like, why does the debuffer need Maestro? Oh, I guess if you just build one and use it everywhere, it wouldn't be bad. This isn't great. This is the nightmare situation. In this case, I need Ogre to die so that Special Week can overtake her. Whoa, she's rocketing up there. I didn't expect it. That's kind of what I intended for that, for that to work. This is like, I think even yesterday, this is my first time seeing it. Okay, and it paid off even. Maybe no, like, I wasn't sure if no stopping me would be that potent. To me, I just saw it as like, oh, I need weapons that I can use that go off, that will trigger even when she's behind. And I think I need them to be good ones, or you know, like not like just what's it, Nimble Nav. So that's pretty cool. It worked out. Another Daiwa. Oh, I think this might be the first gold ship I've seen. People are just tired of seeing gold ship. I mean, certainly I was. I think some of the guides mentioned her because of her unique, getting her closer to the front early, or in the mid-race. Which is certainly why I use her. I mean, I don't have many choices, but for end closures. But in longs, that's the main reason I stick with gold ship. Another kinda tough one, but you know, everyone's packed up enough that I think I've got a chance. I was saying, I think even Dover can have a chance here. Definitely Dover has more skills that she could potentially use near the finish line. I think maybe I didn't get whatchamacallit. 4, okay. Fast learner. No, I think I did. I don't remember on Ogre. I know I did. I know I got it on the late surgers. Ribbons. That's like a well, I mean, how many ear ornaments? How many different unique ones can there really be? I was thinking like, oh, both of those guys have ribbons. But I thought, well, what are they gonna have? So, you know, earrings, obviously, another choice.
つなぐ大事な一戦。今スタートが切られました。
No.
各馬娘綺麗なスタートを
No,
切
it
りま
might
し
be
た。
okay.
みんな集中してましたね。好レースが期待できそうです。
最高峰からのレースとなったメジロドーベル、大丈夫か？
まだこれからですよ。ここからの巻き返しに期待です。
セイウンスカイ、快調に飛ばして行きます。先頭集団を見て
Single
いきましょう。
front.
さあ花に立ったのはセイウンスカイ。このままリードすることができるか。さあ1コーナーから2コーナーへ向かっていく馬娘たち。先頭はセイウンスカイ、単身で飛ばして行きます。先頭から大きく離されて2番手は6番アグネスタキオ、3番手には5番オグリキャップ、そして1
Whoa,
番
nature.
オグリキャップ、
What are you doing?
そして内目を
What are
引
you
きま
doing,
しては
buddy?
8番オグリキャップ、1馬身離れてナイスネイチャー、2馬身3馬身開いてメジロドーベル、1馬身離れてスペシャルウィーク、その後ろから2番アグネスタキオ、2コーナー回って向こう
Don't
上
get paced
依然と
down.
して
I think,
セイウン
okay, it's
スカイ
past 50%.
続いて5番オグリキャップ、3番手6番アグネスタキオ、4番手には1番オグ
What
リキャ
is
ップ、
is this
そ
a,
の外並んで
is this
8番
nature
オグリ
actually
キャップ、
trying?
ナイスネイチャーこの位置につけています。
輝く星を
Oh yeah.
さらにメジロドーベル、あとはスペシャルウィーク、大きく離れて2番アグネスタキオ、セイウンスカイ先頭を進みますが、これは正解でしょうか？
セイウンスカイ、彼女の客室には合っていますね。
第6コーナーを進んで直線へ向かう。
If I lose to nature, I'm not gonna complain. I want nature to win.
ここで抜け出した最終コーナーを曲がって最初に
I think she's winning even. Yeah.
ここから一気に
What the? Is that the ace?
残り200、ナイスネイチャー、リードは3馬身。
Oh, hats off to that guy, huh?
先頭は依然ナイスネイチャー、後ろに突き放してナイスネイチャー、今勝利です。
This guy did what I want to
い
do.
るのか、勝ったのはナイスネイチャー。ライバル
あと一歩及ばない
Make nature the Triple Crown winner. Oh, alright. I'm curious. Curious. Oh, she's UG? Sure. Lots of stats. At least this wasn't like the weird occurrence. This guy just ran 1 debuffer, 2 aces. Well, good for that guy. Snap a picture. Curious. That makes... I guess that makes sense. Like, she's... power... maybe wit? Still, like, I've... thought about... Who was I taking? I thought about... you know what? I think I could have done it with this deck. Or... because I have a 0LB Bijin. I just wasn't sure about taking no power cards at all. Like, how good was Fuku really gonna be?
みんな行こう
Man, didn't even bring... oh, brought 1 debuffer. Subverting my expectations. I saw multiple bad moods there. Bad's mood. You know, like sometimes when you have plural. I'm struggling to think of an example. Brothers-in-law. No fronts. Gotta watch out for gold ship.
2番手の位置で先頭を伺うのは7番オグリキャップ、そのうち並んで4番オグリキャップ、2馬身離れてメジロドーベル、スペシャルウィーク、ここにいます。
Dober's kind of a little far ahead.
2馬身3馬身開いてゴールドシップ、内を回って8番アグネスタキオン、1馬
Oh,
身さ
interesting.
あブラックサンダー、意気揚々と先頭を行きます。1番オグリキャッ
Oh
プ、
man,
ゴール
gold
勝負
ship.
の展開。
上がってしまっているかもしれません。 息を入れるタイミングがあればいいですが。
向こう上面に
Actually doing what I expected from the other one.
集団が一つにまとまって混戦状態です。
お互いに牽制し合っているようですね。
現在1番手は1番オグリキャップ、続きました4番
Alright,
オグリキャップ。
you can use this. Someone can overtake somebody, pop uniques and things.
私は目指した先へ行く。外にはスペシャルウィーク、夢に向かって駆け抜けます。そしてその内を回って6番アグネスタシオン、第4コーナーカーブ、
勝負どころ、最後の直線へとかけていきます。
じりじり詰めるスペシャルウィーク。さあ最終コーナーを曲がって最後の直線コースに入った。勝負は最後の直線に持ち越された。内から仕掛けたのはメジロドールです。外からスペシャルウィー
Use
ク。
home stretch haste?
残り200、
Like now? Too late. Wait, maybe? Yes. That's why I took that skill. Except I already know it's like a total gamble on when it goes off. But that was the use case.
勝ちに行こう。
After I locked her skills in, I kind of felt a little regret, a pang of regret, because like, ah man, I know that skill is kind of, not super consistent. Maybe I'm going to regret not putting that in something like doubling up on corners or something.
実力は引けを取りません。2番人気は
美しい青空が広がる。
Whoa, Teo!
今スタート
I was even just watching
綺麗なスタートを切りました。
one of the earlier episodes in season 2.
先行
Because when I
オグリキャップ、
when I just need like
苦しい戦いをし
a meat and potatoes feel good show, maybe not feel good, but like something for which like I'm not going to like where I'm going to have like a consistent emotional relationship with the material. That's one of the shows I watch.
8番オグリキャップ、4番手北サンブラック、1馬審査9番オグリキャップ、内で東海帝王。
Well, in the end, it's feel good. Like obviously some of the episodes are in the middle are a little depressing. But since I know the outcome, I know in my head that it's a feel good show.
つけるといいですが。
Wow, well, the weird pace down, speed up. Kida-san coming up to the front kind of late is kind of strange.
集中していると紛れがありそうですね。
先頭は相変わらず北サンブラック。
Alright, you can still use this.
輝く星をみんなに。
It's also not bad for special.
すぐに続いてスペシャルウィーク東海帝王追走、そしてアドマイヤベガ、そしてその外を回って
Needs to pass someone. There we go.
夢に向かって駆け抜けます。
Since her unique depends on passing someone.
直面です。
さあいよいよ直線だ。どのタイミングで誰が仕掛けるのか。中山の作戦は短いぞ。
Dober whiffed on a unique, but it's still up there. Whoa, I didn't even see a Yabe? Man, what's wrong with me? I was blinded by Teo's brilliance.
勝ったのはスペシャルウィーク。やったー、1番です。
Good job, guys. Out of curiosity. Ah, tether. Okay, that's what probably. Well, okay, she got him from that anything. I don't know.
絶対勝ちます。
Anyway, my reaction to that was that more of a man didn't come here to play. Well, maybe kind of, sort of a hybrid. This is kind of I saw UGs in there. But I saw a lobby composition I didn't like.
中山レース場スタートです。秋の馬娘 ね綺麗なスタートを切りました。
これは位置取りが熾烈になりそうですね。
2番セイユンスカイと5番ミホノブルボン、この2人が競り合っていると期待通りの結果を出せるか。1番
Well,
人気3番
this
ミホノ
is
ブルボン。
well, this is what I was anticipating.
先頭を行ったのは2番セイユンスカイ。1コーナーからそして2コーナーへ向かっていきます。さあ激しい先行争いで前に出たのは3番ミホノブルボン。2番手の位置で先頭を伺うのは9番セイウンスカイ。1馬身離れて
There might be, there might still be chances to be had here, but that's a long way to go. If they can get up close enough, and if, say, either Ogre takes off or dies so that one of my guys can pass her. It would have been preferable if it was special week, but Dober maybe could do it too, because she has Shadow Break as one of her inherits. And with which she might get close enough. Though it's a little, we're out of time.
輝く星をみんなに。さらにはオグリキャップ、この後からメジロドーベル、2馬身3馬身開いてグラスワンダー、後ろスペシャルウィーク。3番ミホノブルボン、先頭を進みますがこれは正解でしょうか。
3番
私は目指した先へ行く。第4コーナーカーブ、
内から来るか外から来るか、最後の
So no stopping me on Ogre.
後ろの形は間に合うか。外を回っていったのはメジロドーベル、最後は2人のつばぜり合いだ。100を通過。3番ミホノブルボン、
I think she's okay. Nice. Overcame adversity. This was the design case.
これが私からのプレゼントだ。
I know I saw UG. I was like, yeah, there was at least one good, or at least good ranking in there. Ogre's like, this one's for Mags.
精一杯頑張ろうね。
We're gonna hang out on our Tomodachi Island with Frieren. Vodka? Have I seen any vodkas so far? I don't think so. Super Creek? What the? Not even Mummy Creek. Christmas Biwa.
注目しましょう。
This is the most oddball lobby so far.
一番人気アグネスタキオン、ミホノブルボン、会長に飛ばしていきます。さあ花に立ったのはミホノブルボン。このままリードすることができるか。さあ1コーナーから2コーナーへ向かっていくウマ娘たち。アグネスタキオン上がっていきます。先頭はミホノブルボン、単身で飛ばしていきます。
Oh, oh wait. I was about to say, like, is Daiwa here?
その後3、4馬身開いてアグネスタキオン、
I would totally do that.
スーパークリーク、それを見るようにオグリキャップ、2馬身差、リワ
Oh, that's too bad. Well,
メジロドーベル、それを見るように
commit to the bit, I guess.
3、4馬身開いてウォッカ、ミホノブルボン、先頭を進みますがこれは正解でしょうか。
ミホノブルボン
There are too many people in
第2コーナーを抜け
Special Week's generation.
現在1番手は
It doesn't work out to like a neat 3.
1馬身離れてアグネスタキオン、
I guess it could rotate among them.
差がなくオグリキャップ、3馬身離れてスペシャルウィーク、その後ろにリワハヤヒデ、1馬身離れてメジロドーベル。
B&W works out. They're even like different strategies, so it kinda might, maybe it's kinda compatible.
掴んでみせる、みんなの輝く夢を。
ちょっとかかり気味かもしれないです。息を入れるタイミングがあればいいですが。
Well, I'm getting the long animation. I don't think that's a good sign.
第4コーナーカーブ、
内から来るか外から
When I get the long animations late, I'm like, I think I'm losing
後ろの形は間に合うか。セイユンスカイ、強い強い。
Saiyan Sky.
抜け出したセイユンスカイ、先頭はセイユンスカイ、これは強い。残り200、セイユンスカイ、足色は衰えない。アグネスタキオン、追いすがるセイユンスカイ。
Good effort.
着でゴールイン。実力をいかなく発揮しレースを制。1着は逃しちゃいました。
I am curious. Oh, not a good sign. Oh, there's a medium in there. I don't know about the extra recovery. Shatterproof. Huh. You know, this smacks of like long race. Even though that one had a medium, that might have been just an accident, and this was like a long CMT.
ありがとうございました。
3, 4 than 3.
出走登録する馬娘を3人選んでください。勝ちに行こう。
I wonder why. I'm gonna have to look at pictures of Special Week. I was asking myself, like, the head, like, encircling white band is an interesting detail.
3番人気5番
But there's surely a reason.
晴れ渡る空の下行われる中山レース
Is that
場
Creek
芝
again?
2連
And Ballroom Sky?
綺麗なスタートを切りました。
誰が先頭に抜け出すか注目しましょう。
先行は
Except isn't regular Sky kind of okay?
3番
I thought I'd heard
最
that
高峰からのレースとなった
Ballroom
レースの
Sky,
大丈夫か
Dancing Sky is good kind of when regular Sky
快調に
is.
飛ばしていきます。1コーナーからそして2コーナーへ向かっていきます。先頭は星雲スカイ単身で飛ばしていきます。2番手の位置で先頭を伺うのは3番オグリキャップアグネスタ
Break Dancing Sky. I need to watch those
4番オグリキャップ
cutscenes.
差がなくスーパークリーク少し離れてエルコンドルパサー2馬審査メジロライアン外を回ってスペシャルウィーク内をついてメジロドーベル星雲スカイ先頭を進みますがこれは正解でしょうか。
セユンスカイ彼
I
女の
got
客
paced
室に回
down
っています
too
ね。
early,
コーナー
guys.
はあって向こう上面各馬娘一打となって団子状態の大混戦。
お互いに牽制し合っているようですね。
現在1番手は星雲スカイさあ先頭に立ちました3番オグリキャップそしてその後ろから行くのは4番オグリキャップエルコンドルパサー外から行く1馬身離れて
輝く星を
Oh, okay.
これを見るようにスーパークリークそしてその内から行くのは
Honestly, it's like on straights, and those will tend to be longs, I want to say. The longer longs, and maybe a handful of
私は
mediums.
私が見つめる先へ行く
Which would make sense, probably, for Kida-san.
意気揚々と先頭を行きます3番オグリキャップ
Oh, okay.
ちょっとかかり気味かもしれないです。一息つけるといいですが。
夢に向かって駆け抜けます。
第4コーナーカーブ中山の風は右サイド
I read about them, and then I forget, and I don't keep up to date on what they, or I don't refresh my memory. Oh, okay, weird. Away from the fans. Guess we're in the era of weird triggers.
待たせたな。これが私からのプレゼントだ。
Creek. Creek has like some debuffs? What the? I said some. I think this is the one. But come on. You could take something, surely. Okay, let's assume Christmas Ogre. Wow. We'll work on it.
絶対勝ちます。
I mean, I didn't check. Obviously, I didn't check, but I assume it's like, oh, you know, low cards, low effort. Alright. Still decided to pull for Chris's Ogre, though, so. I don't know.
5番人気は7番メジロド
Well, But that's a good segue to why I chose Sheeping as the title, where I'm just kind of doing what people say is good.
どうに抜け出すか注目しましょう。
セイウンスカイとダイワスカーレット、この二人が競り合っているぞ。セイウンスカイ
If I wanted to be unique, I would have picked someone else
このままリードすることが
and
でき
figured
る
out an interesting way to make them work.
ダイワスカーレット1コーナーからそして2コーナーへ向かっていきます。先頭がやや早いのか間延びした展開です。
後方の馬娘が差し返せるのか気になる開きです。
先頭はセイウンスカイ単身で飛ばしていきます。続きましたダイワスカーレット、あとは
Yeah,
4番
that's
オグリーキャッ
fair.
プ、そしてその後ろから行くのは3番オグリーキャップ。
It's fair, especially right now, because like I am already burned out just running. Whatchamacallit? Track Blazer. Like I'm already primed to like skip runs where things aren't going well, but like it's really acute. Like the feeling that I have is really acute right now. It's like I just want to get to the end. I want to sleep.
輝く星をみんなに。
後ろ9番グラスバンダー、そしてその内から行ったのはシンボリルドルフ。意気揚々と先頭を行きます。
私は目指した先へ行く。
かかってしまっているかもしれません。息を入れるタイミングがあればいいですが。
Dominator is coming out.
直線へ向かう。
ここからスタート。
This guy might be too far forward
最後のコーナー
for me to catch.
オグリキャップ。
夢に向かって駆け抜けます。
Yeah, just three more CM, so like a little under 3 months.
残り200。これは強い。先頭は変わらず。セイウンスカイ。セイウンスカイ。リンドは5馬身。強さを見せつけて。セイウンスカイ。
I almost wish it was just all mediums, because then like anything I do to prepare prepares for all of them. Okay, that's not exactly accurate, but you know, if I'm trying to get sparks so that I can add stack medium sparks, that sort of thing. Nah, it's probably better that there's at least 1 mile there, so we can accumulate some accidental parents with mile skills and sparks. That's true. Well, I hope. Hoping to get some lucky daily shop buys for those star pieces. Cut it down a little bit.
誰が先頭に抜け出すか注目しましょう。
先頭はダイワスカーレット単身で飛ばして行きます。先頭から大きく
And I
離され
think
て2番手はオグリーキャップ。少
let's
し
see,
離れて
Suzuka I checked is like
2馬身3
also
馬
at
身
60.
シンボリルドルフ。
So
それを見るよう
she'll
に
be a
目白
long
通り
ways.
さあ1コーナーから2コーナーへ向か
And
っ
I
ていく
think
馬娘たち。ダイワスカーレット
at the 1.5 anniversary or whatever, the next one, they'll add more. And Fuji should be on there, I think. I'm trying to remember who I saw. It was a couple. It was like, I think OG Bourbon, Fuji of the ones that I don't have right now.
ダイワスカーレット彼女の客室には合っていますね。
第2コーナーを抜け向こう上面に入った集団が一つにまとまって混戦状態です。
前に抜け出すのは容易じゃなさそうです。
現在1番手はダイワスカーレット、続いて
Ryan and Brian.
アグネス・タキオン、1馬審査シンボリルドルフ。
Whoa, is Tachyon here to race? I've been so conditioned, I expect her to just drop
そ
Dominator.
の後からスペシャルウィーク差がなく。
私は目指した先へ行く。
I forgot she's a Satsuki Show winner. Oh wait, maybe that the moment has passed. Ryan! Okay, Dober's working on it.
見事な勝利です。勝ったのはメジロドーベル。ライバルに打ち勝ち、見事
That's good. I would just want to see one Tachyon that's not a debuffer. I saw Nature today, there's room in this world for a Tachyon to do the same. He's more of a hybrid, I guess. Ah, come on. Alright.
勝ちに行こう。
Yeah. You know, actually, that's true. Well, okay. No, obviously, I'm seeing a fair amount of debuffers. But at least I'm not seeing, like, non-stop double Dominator.
1番人気6番メジロドー
晴れ渡る空の下行われる
Fall City.
中山レース場
Alright. She would go off on a corner, so it's not bad. We need to be in challenge. I wonder if she's running pace? That's actually probably not bad. She's bound to be. No, but she needs to be in mid pack, which is a bit risky with depending on the lobby. What the heck? Grass? Grass running pace?
集団が一つにまとまって混戦状態です。
前に抜け出すのは容
I
易
mean,
な
her
さ
pace
そう
is
です
only B, so it's not crazy. It's just I don't see it that often.
一番審査5番オグリキャップ内を回ります。
A double Dober?
外並んで6番メジロド
Whoa, what is happening? No, it's too early, Dober.
第2コーナー
Use another skill. Okay, she's okay. I was like, you're gonna get pace down.
先頭に立ちました。3番オグリキャップ少し離れて6番メジロドーベル少し後ろから5番オグリキャップ5番
My guy's skills aren't gonna, or at least Dober's not.
1番に離れて
Spay could still pop everything.
内4番グラスワンダーそしてゴールドシチー意気揚々と先頭行きます3番オグリキャップどうでしょうこの展開夢に向かって駆け抜けます
かぶってしまっているかもしれません。息を入れるタイミングがあればいいですが
第4コーナーカーブ
I was checking for Fall City, but I don't think she's near anyone, so her stuff would have gone off.
オグリキャップ内から仕掛けるのは6番メジロドーベル
Whoa, the other Dover.
メジロドーベル首下がる
Spay, no! You were supposed to stop this from happening. Ah, okay.
実力をいかなく発揮しレースを制したか1着は逃しちゃいましたでも嬉しいです
Getting ahead early backfired. Let's see, what did this guy bring? Corner. Well, what did they bring? They just brought everything. Like, these could have gone, like, 3 things could have just gone off mid-race. And even if one of them whiffed, Shake It Out could go off late race after something else does. Odd choice. And Wit, I mean, I guess Wit's low enough that it could actually work, I guess. That's a fair number of skills, actually. I think Power's maybe a little on the lower side. Fighting Spirit. It's not, it's well, okay, 2 it's maybe a little light on just like options for Excel. Radiant Star, I guess, counts. But there's a fair number of skills. She could win stuff. But probably will be a little less consistent than some others. Maybe she was a long. Maybe that Ogre was a long. No, that still doesn't make sense. I don't know. Skibbity Riz. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
注目の3番人気
Well, we'll see. And this is qualifier, so Mood could actually just like give me an edge.
各馬娘綺麗な
An
スタートを
edge
切り
I
ました
won't have
集中して
in
ま
the
したね。
finals.
好レースが期待できそうです。
最高峰からのレースとなったメジロドーベル大丈夫か。
まだこれからですよ。ここからの巻き返しに期待です。
ミホノブルボン快調に飛ばしていきます。先頭をかけます。ミホノブルボン続きました。セイウンスカイ1コーナーから2コーナーへ向かう。さあ花に立ったのはミホノブルボン。このままリードすることができるか。2番手の位置で先頭を伺うのはセイウンスカイ5番オグリキャップ3番手9番オグリキャップ4番手。その後ろから1番オグリキャップ2馬身3馬身
Alright, late surgers, I need you to get up there. I need you to back up your teammate.
果たしてどうでしょうか。
Y'all gotta get closer together.
まだ本気ではないですよ。
2コーナー回って向こう正面順位を振り返っていきます。
I need you to use your mid-race skills to move up.
続いてセイウンスカイ2馬身3馬身開いて5番オグリキャップ1馬身差1番オグリキャップそして9番オグリキャップそして外目をつきましてはスペシャル
Okay.
そしてその外
This is potentially workable.
グラスワンダーその後ろからシンボリルドルフミホノブルボン先頭を進みますがこれは正解でしょうか。夢に向かって駆け抜けます。
ミホノブルボン、彼女のキャッチスは
Shooting Star.
進んで直線へ向かう。
ここからスパート。
Dober, I think whiffed.
最終コーナー最初に駆け抜けてきた
Or maybe I just wasn't paying
後
attention.
から踏んできたのはメジロドーベル
But Ogre's doing Ogre things. But you know what? Okay, obviously the W is what counts, but at least I was in it.
1着は逃しちゃいました。でも嬉しいです。
Man, that's pretty good. Oh, I was curious about this. What the? Sure. The double dom working for that guy.
出走登録する馬娘を3人選んでください。絶対勝ちます。
Icing Flash.
注目の2番人気2番メジロドー
I want to see an Icing Flash win at some point.
美しい青空が広がる中山レース今スタートが切られました
Will this guy fare
揃って
better?
綺麗なスタートを切りました
Ballroom Sky.
抜け出すか注目しましょう。
Breakdancing.
期待通りの結果を
Break
出せる
dance
か
guy.
1番人気6番オグリーキャップ3番セイウンスカイ快調に飛ばして行きます先頭は3番セイウンスカイ単身で飛ばして行きます1コーナーから2コーナーへ向かうさあ花に立ったのは3番セイウンスカイこのままリードすることができるかメジロドー上がっていきます
スタミナを切らさないか心配です。
花を奪っていったのは3番セイウンスカイミホノブルボン並んでくる内から内から9番セイウンスカイ外7番オグリーキャップ1馬身離れて6番オグリーキャップその後からメジロドーブさらにスペシャルウィーク1馬身離れてジンボリルドルフ第2コーナーを抜け向こう上面に入った順位を振り返っていきます現在1番手は3番セイウンスカイ先頭から大きく離されて2番手はミホノブルボン2馬身離れて7番オグリーキャップ1馬身差6番オグリーキャップ5番手9番セイウンスカイ後からメジロドーブ
輝く星をみんなに。
その後スペシャルウィークその後ろからジンボリルドルフ1馬身離れてレイシングフラッシュ 3番セイウンスカイ
It'll be up to Ogre, probably.
セイウンスカイ彼女の客室には合っていますね。
第4コーナーカーブ
馬娘たちがどう動くか目が離せません。
最後のコーナー最初に立ち上がったのは3番セイウンスカイ勝負は最後の直線に持ち越された外から上がってきたのはメリロドーベル抜け出したのは3番
Oh,
セイウンス
Sky
カイ
hanging on
追いす
though.
がる残り200で7番オグリキャプテン足色は衰えない
夢に向かって駆け抜けます
I saw the late surgers using stuff, but I was like, it's all so late. Probably not going to do anything.
キャップ着差以上の強さを見せた
待たせたな。これが私からのプレゼントだ。
Half wrong. That's like a name I would pick. I mean, probably the long S or medium S would have been the difference for them.
勝ちに行こう。
2番人気9番メジロドーベル
Taishin. I think that's the first Taishin I've seen so far. And same thing. No, wait, I've seen Digidana at least once. Tosin Jordan. I would want to run her more. I thought her story was heartwarming. Surprisingly heartwarming. I think her skill set isn't amazing though. Like, maybe you're unique too. But, like, it would be cool to run her character and make her win.
意気揚々と先頭を行きます。1番オグリキャップ
Arguably, now's the time, you know, Track Blazer might be the time because I think she has an event in her career where she, like, I don't know, something goes wrong, something's bad. But I don't think it's as bad as, like, Taishin's embolism.
輝く星をみんなに。
4馬審査成田大臣1馬審査エイシンフラッシュ1番オグリキャップ先頭を進みますが夢に向かって駆け抜けます。
ちょっとかかり気味かもしれない。
Dude, DEWD.
第4コーナーを進んで直線へ向かう。
勝負どころ、最後の直線へとかけていきます。
中山の直線は短いぞ。後ろの子たちは間に合うか。スペシャルリーク追いすがる。
I'm gonna guess this is not a strong line.
待たせたな。これが
It's one of them team trial lobbies. Maybe, but like, I mean, even for team trial, this is like, wouldn't you like just take a lot of normal skills? Actually, dirt. It's a dirt skill. Interesting. How guts build? What? I guess it's a half guts. Is that how it's supposed to work? I kind of figured it'd be like wit plus like 4 guts or something. I actually haven't. I don't remember. Because apart from looking at it, once I determined I could use a regular deck, I was like, alright, I'll do that. But there is a certain like elegance to just maxing one stat calling it a day. Instead of the runs where like I'm like, oh, okay, I need I'm gonna keep 3 speed ankles and 2 power just in case. And since it's the first summer, I'll bring a stamina one because I might need that for the Kika show.
今スタートが切られました。各馬娘揃って綺麗なスタートを切りました。
みんな集中してましたね。好レースが期待できそうです。
日本のブルボンとセイウンスカイ、この2人が競り合っているぞ。さあ花に立ったのはセイウンスカイ。このままリードすることができるか。2番手の位置で先頭を伺うのは日本のブルボン。1コーナーから2コーナーへ向かうセイウンスカイ、快調に飛ばして行きます。先頭はセイウンスカイ、単身で飛ばして行きます。続いて日本のブルボン、4馬身離れて8番オグリーキャップ、2馬身3馬身開いて6番オグリーキャップ、そしてその後方には3番オグリーキャップ、4馬身差ゴールドシップ、1馬身差メジロドーム、少し離れてスペシャルウィーク、1馬身差ジンボリルドルフ。
Might work out for my late surgers if that Ogre falls back a little bit further.
息を入れるタイミングがあればいいですが。
向こう上面に入って先頭からしんがりまでおよそ16馬身。
If I can just get close enough.
先頭から大きく離されて2番手はセイウンスカイ、3番手には8番オグリーキャップ、4番手6番オグリーキャップ、2馬身3馬身開いて3番オグリーキャップ、1馬身離れてメジロドーム。
私は目指した先へ行く。
その後ろにゴールドシップ、スペシャル
Just
ウィー
dumped a bunch of skills
コー
there.
ナーを進んで直線へ向かう。
勝負どころ、最後の直線へとかけていきます。
じりじり詰める8番オグリーキャップ、中山の直線が短いと後ろ6たちは間に合うか。勝負は最後の直線に持ち越された。外からメジロドーム。
Oh no, not enough though.
8番オグリーキャップ、抜け出した8番オグリーキャップ、足を衰えない。
Good effort though.
食らいついたよかお見事。8番オグリーキャップ、着差以上の強さを見せた見事な勝利です。勝ったのは8番。
I feel like if that had been special week and all our stuff had gone off, might have been enough. 'Cause I don't think I have, like, this was one of the only closing skills that I think I have for her.
絶対勝ちます。
Yeah, special week would have had at least some extra speed off of her unique.
6番メジロ
And
ド
it
ーム。
occurs when she's passing someone anyway.
晴れ渡る空の下行われるスタート。各馬娘揃って綺麗なスタートを切りました。
これは位置取りが熾烈になりそうですね。
先行争いは9番オグリキャップ、
I don't see any
4番
fronts.
オグリキャップ、1番オグリキャップ、期待
I
通り
think
の結果を出せるか。
during the last CM,
4番オグリキャップ、
I think I got one lobby where it was all lates and ends. Oh wait, I think I had the one pace or something like that. But as soon as I saw it, I was like, whoa, I guess lucky me? Because I stopped I stopped there from, I stopped the occurrence of a lucky late surger. All bunched up. This could backfire if like nothing goes off and the Ogre just take off instead.
輝く星をみんなに。
意気揚々と先頭を行きます。4番オグリキャップ、どうでしょうこの展開。
かかってしまっているかもしれません。息を入れるタイミングがあればいいですが。
まもなく第4コーナーカーブ。
ここからスパート。一気にレースが動きます。
夢に向かって駆け抜けます。勝負は最後の直線に持ち越された。中山の直線は短いぞ。後ろの子たちは間に合うか。外から上がってきたのはメジロドーベル。追い上げてくる子はまだ2馬身後ろ。100を通過メジロドーベル。強烈な追い上げメジロドーベル。抜け出した先頭メジロドーベル。
I like that Dover's had a better night tonight.
今一着でゴールイン。勝ったのはメ。自分を誇るってなれないけど
Oh, that must have been a two double dom. Had to have been, surely. That's like the classic arrangement. So what happened to you, buddy? It's bad luck, I guess. Maybe like they whiffed on their festive miracle, perhaps. Or prefer... no, would that have happened? Might have been like... I don't know when it went off, but like this is a warning sign. Radiant Star. Like you get the UG and then you potentially sabotage the occurrence of Festive Miracle by taking Radiant Star. Ugh. You too! Why did you both do it? You not only did you take Radiant Star, you took this one. Guys, yeah, I'm curious. Maybe later, not now, but maybe later I'll go look and see when their Festive Miracle went off. Because if that's what happened, it's like, guys, come on. You went to the trouble of doing double dom. You went to the trouble! Why did you do it?
勝ちは十分に狙える3番に美しい青空が広がる中山レース場ターフも絶
Vodka.
今スタートが切られました
Yeah, you know what? To be fair, I think more than once I almost clicked on Radiant Star because I was like, I need skills. And I didn't get shit this run. What am I going to take? I'll take Radiant. Okay, maybe not. It's Kida-san again? Man, I like that costume though. Kida-san's costume. King Halo!
すぐに続いてジンボリルドルフ2馬身3馬身開いてメジロドームキングヘイロー並んでくる外を回りますウォーカー内から内からスペシャルウィーク意気揚々と先頭を行きます北サンブラン
What's the president up to? I wonder.
一息つけるといいですが
向こう上面に入って先頭からしんがりまでおよそ7馬身まだ牽制し合っているのか互いに探り合いのままレースが
This smacks of not strong Kida-san. Or, I guess she's single front.
そしてここで先頭は2番
So that might be it.
輝く星をみんなに
1馬身離れてメジロドームその後1番オグリーキャップジンボリルドルフ追走その外並んでキングヘイローそれを見るように7番オグリーキャップ第4コーナーを進んで直線へ向かう
勝負どころ最後の直線へとかけていきます
まだ差があるここから先頭を捉えることが出てくるのか中山の直線を見
It's
る
King Halo.
間に合うか
Okay, I was like, wait a minute.
2番オグリーキャップ速い速いもはや独走状態残り200 2番オグリーキャップ足色は衰えない
夢に向かって駆け抜けます
3番で争いはキングヘイロー動くか2番オグリーキャップ今ゴールイン勝ったのは2番
待たせたなこれが私からのプレゼントだ
Straightaway recovery? Did he really need it? I don't think so. Small breather. Doesn't even go off. Maybe he didn't have other things to take. Nemesis? Oh wait, never mind. I'm just so used to seeing this as a Taishin skill. Blinding Flash? That's a... yeah, I was like, wait, that's a sprint skill. Or it's a vision skill is what I first thought. Then I'm like, wait, it's also sprint. Sprint straightaways, come on. You're killing me here. As someone who loves running King Halo, this hurts. This hurts my heart. I hear that if you want to get whatever Supreme Commander Special Wheat, you need to have this on one Uma. Or that's what one Reddit post said. I don't know. Oh, I'm done. Okay, 4. Okay, good. Good outcome. Let's have a quick look at the stance. Yeah, as your poll shows. Okay, I think this is more of the same from Ogre. I think she's doing slightly better. I think this is 25% yesterday. Otherwise, about the same. This has got to be... This is maybe slightly better. I want to say this is like the percentages were just slightly lower. And maybe Special Week is doing slightly worse. I want to say she was in between. But, I mean, late surgers, probably gonna do. One moment. Let me see. Let me close the game. Okay, that's coming through. Let me turn that down. Wait, I can do that here.
See you and I want to talk to you all, so see you on the floor.
But let us see what this is going to be. Actually, depending on what comes up, you may not use the whiteboards yet, but we'll see. We'll see. Ooh, and it looks like the joy of Pictomancy is up.
It holds no grudges, and neither rages nor weeps for being sundered.
システム追加、リボーンと、それからエボルブ、この2つのモード。
I didn't mean to leave you.
さあ、では早速始めていくにあたって、玉木君にちょっと自己
Really?
紹介
From
を
Ava
して
There's an
もらおう
Ava
かなと思い
segment?
ます。
Okay, so before we get into the meat of the conversation, I would like for Tamaki to introduce himself.
はい、今日はエバーゴールドからのバトルシステムについてお話しさせていただくんですが、その前に軽く自己紹介をさせてくだ
Okay, this
さ
is the
い。
right segment, I
So
think.
yes, my main job today is to talk about the new battle system being implemented with the launch of Evercold. But before I begin, I want to talk a little bit about who I am.
I'll circle back to his
I
resume.
want to go
I
into
am
a little more
interested,
detail about the
but
Then you can jump right in.
let's,
Or I'm sure existing players have already leveled their characters to
もうね、様々に経験してきてると思うので、そういう人たちがすぐにでも入り込める、慣れられるみたいなところでできる限りね、入力数は少なくしようとか、まあそういう
man,
工
that
夫
Ava
が
segment was so
詰まってる
hyped
という
though.
ところはあり
As
ま
soon
す
as
が、
I heard the
決して
music,
簡
I
単
was
な
like,
もの
wait,
というわけでは
is
あ
it?
りません。
It is?
So again,
What
the
the?
concept is trying to make it more comfortable for very busy people and trying to find the time to play video games, and also new players who may not be familiar with the different configurations, or people who have experienced
only has
other
a
games and are now
30-minute
jumping into
explanation.
14, for them to become used to the battle system with fewer inputs. It's not like we're trying to like simplify or make it easier on them. It's meant to be a different concept from that.
まあさっきもお伝えした通り、リボーンと、エボルブの竜騎士。まあもちろん共通のアクションというのもありますけど、それぞれ異なるアクションがあり、ローテーションが全く異なる。なので、モードが全く違うモードなんだというふうに覚えておいてください。
And as mentioned, I gave the Dragoon as the example. Of course, there are some shared elements, but for the most part, you are getting a different experience. The rotations will be different, and it is a separate mode from each other.
はい。じゃあちょっと、もうちょっとね、基調講演のおさらい
I'm
続
still
けます。
wondering. I guess I'm hoping to find out what the individuality thing means.
こちらまとめて表示したように、まあ、リボーン、エボルブ。
But I mean, the whole line here about like only available for existing
And as
21
listed
jobs
here,
screamed
when
at
you
me
switch
like,
over
okay,
between,
I better just rip the
Reborn and
band-aid
Vault
off
mode,
come the
you can do
expansion.
that while you're in
Just get used to it, because
non-combat
if like
situations.
one set of jobs plays one way and all the new ones play another way, that's not good either.
例えば、リボンを育てて、エボルブを育てるみたいなことも必要ありません。装備も全く共通です。
And of course, so when you are leveling your, say, Dragoon, you don't have to go a separate like progression route for just Reborn and just Evolved. It grows, and then gear is also you don't have to like switch it out. It's consistent. It's the same.
エボルブモード、これ 8.0 がスタートしたタイミングでですけど、解放されるのは、ジョブを手に入れたその瞬間からエボルブも選択できるようになるので、新規の方はもうジョブチェンジした瞬間からどっちか好きな方を選んでプレイできると。皆さんも当然レベリングとっくに進んでると思うので、8.0 がリリースされたらすぐに使えることになります。
And when evolved mode is unlocked at 8.0, you are able to toggle between the two modes as long as you have the job.
I like how focused he
and
looks.
So whenever you are jumping in, even if you are a new player, if that job is available for you to use, then you can jump right in. Or I'm sure existing players have already leveled their characters to a certain degree, so you can jump right in as well.
でもちろんいずれのジョブモードでも、コンテンツのクリアは可能なように調整させていた
Yeah,
だ
the
き
few
ます。
comments from Kira
And of
intrigued
course,
me.
I do want to reiterate, you are able to clear content no matter which mode you have switched to.
そしてエヴァーコールドから実装される新ジョブたちというのは、今回紹介するエボルブモード側しかありません。
And again, the new jobs that are introduced with Evercold will only have the evolved mode.
YouTube wants me to know
で、まあ重要なポイントですけ
people
ど、
are playing
エボルブモー
DSR.
ドの方がちょっと
And I'm not even signed in. It's just YouTube saying, hey, DSR!
And again,
Go play
I
DSR,
wanted to
buddy.
Reiterate an important point. Of course, we have made the adjustments, but then the evolved mode would be just slightly stronger.
さあ、では、再び玉木くんにバトンを渡して説明をしていってもらいましょうか。
Okay, so going back to Tamaki's presentation.
ざわざわしてる。
Oh.
Everybody's ready.
Oh,
Everyone wants
dear.
to see what's going on.
はい、こちらの画像は、現状のナイトのリボンモードとエボルモードの、ホットバーを比較したものになります。
All right, so let's take a look at these hotbar layouts for both the reborn and evolved modes of Paladin.
Should I just skip to Dragoon? I was tempted to just wait just in case they have like some explanatory
So as you can see,
comments.
reborn mode on the left and evolved mode on the right.
でリボンモードとエボルブモードのホットバーを比較すると、エボルブモードの方がセットされているアクション数が圧倒的に少ないことがわかります。
So comparing the two, you can see that the evolved mode layout is a lot more streamlined.
すべてのジョブで共通して、パッドでも遊びやすいように、ジョブアクション
I'll
とロ
wait
ール
and
ア
see
ク
if
ショ
they
ンを合わせ
say
て
anything
16ボタン前
interesting
後に収めることを
while
目
they're
標に
looking at
設計
this.
しています。
So we have redesigned it so that all necessary job and role actions fit into approximately 16 buttons.
もうみんなさ、アイコン
16
が気になっ
buttons.
て話頭に入ってないでしょ。
Everybody is looking at all the icons that are in the
You're not
hotbars.
listening
Are
to
you,
us, are you?
are
Just
you
looking at the
also-
icons.
ちなみに、これ開発中だから、まだ変わる可能性があるのはすいません、覚えておいてくださいね。
I do want to let you know that we are still under development on this, so this could change.
はい、どのような方法でボタン数の削減をしたかについてですが、まず基本のコンボアクションを1ボタンに統合しています。
So now you're probably wondering how we got the number of actions down that far. One method was by consolidating basic combos into a single icon.
Okay, I'll watch through these
ナイ
like
トを例にすると、
expository
リボン
remarks.
モードでは、ファストブレード、ライオッ
It's
トソード、ロイ
PvP
ヤルアソ
mode.
リティのコンボが
That's
3つの
the-
ボタンに分かれているんですが、
In,
エボルブ
at
モー
work,
ド
we
で
call
は
them
2つ
bang
のボタン
boxes.
が
You
コン
put
ボ
them
の
down
進
here,
捗
and
に応
it's,
じて
it's
置
like,
き換わ
what's the
っていきます。
takeaway?
So for example, in Reborn mode, the Paladin
When I was
combo
younger,
of Fast
I didn't like to
Blade
put those
into
in,
Riot Sword
and I was
into
always
Royal
constantly getting
Authority
hammered. Like, you got to put one
took
in. Your
3
slide is
icons.
too like
In
you have too
Evolved
much shit
mode,
on
the
your
full
slide.
combo is now executable by clicking the same button 3 times without clicking 3 different
People are
buttons.
dumb. Well, you're like, Elaine, people are dumb. You need to
その
put
他にも、
your
単
takeaway
体と範囲
in the
攻撃
bang
に分
box
かれ
on
て
your
いったもの
slide.
や、メカニクスに大きく関わらないアクションの統廃合をしています。
We've consolidated actions in other ways as well, such as merging ones that had similar mechanics, or ones that were simply AoE versions of an existing single target action.
ボタン数が少ないことでアクションの手数が減ってしまったり、コンテンツでの対応力について不安視されるかと思うんですが、その分一つ一つのアクションのリキャストタイムを短くしたり、効果量を強くするなどで調整しています。
Now, some of you might be worried that a reduction in the number of hotbar slots might limit players by putting them at a disadvantage when attacking certain content. I'm here to assure you that that's not the case, as we offset this by shortening recast times and increasing effect potency.
I think after like many years of people asking what the takeaway is, I was like, fine, you win. Or like having the wrong takeaway. Actually, that was worse. It's like, that's not what the slide says! How can you be so dumb?
So for example, in Reborn mode, Paladins will continue to have the option to use the action Bulwark. But in Evolved mode, Bulwark will no longer exist. But to compensate for its removal, the potency of remaining defensive actions will be adjusted to produce similar results.
Oh,
防御アクション以外にも同じ意味の演出や名前のアクションも多数あるんですが、リボーンとエボルブではそれぞれ異なるアクションとして実装するため、
But that's kind of what I mean, like, as it goes forward, like in 9.0, what am I gonna do?
And another way we were able to consolidate actions was by changing
Is this like we're getting the PS4 treatment? Like in 2 years, we're, Reborn people are gonna be
again the effects that are used
out of a job.
The names that are used. And in Reborn and Evolved, we have these different actions, and we've been taking these and we've been to split them into completely different things. Things that were the same, we've split. Things that were similar, we've
like no way they're gonna keep like trying to maintain the balance forever, right? Surely. I wouldn't
so another
if I were them.
way we were able to consolidate actions was by changing their effects based on the targets.
例えば、ナイトにはディバインジャスティスというアクションがあります。
So in other words, take the action being introduced in Evolve mode, Divine Justice.
No, I want to heal the boss. What if I want to heal myself when I'm targeting the boss? That was one of the virtues to me.
Whether you're using on an enemy or an ally, its resulting effect will change to either Holy Spirit or Clemency.
Oh, really? Okay. Now I'm gonna want to watch the tank one too.
ディバインジャスティスと同じ仕組みで対象や状況に応じて変化するアクションとして使用できるようにしています。
Then we have actions like Cover and Shield Bash, and these are both actions that are
limited
in their
name,
scope of use, but they are very characteristic to the Paladin job. So just like Divine Justice, similar setups for these actions are planned, with the actions dynamically yielding different effects based on the target or other conditions.
さらにロールアクションにも調整を行っています。
We'll also be making adjustments to role actions in Evolved mode as well.
コンテンツの攻略に必要不可欠なものは残しつつ、効果を統配合したり、アクション自体を削除しているものもあります。
I won't be able to stun,
to clear certain battles will remain untouched, but those that we've determined can be consolidated or removed altogether will be.
Oh yeah, Papaya was saying this earlier about Shirk and Provoke.
ヘイトマネージメントを敵に対して使うと挑発が発動して、パーティーメンバーに対して使うとシャークが発動します。
So an example for tanks is that Provoke and Shirk will be consolidated into a single action known as Scales of Enmity. If you use this Scales of Enmity on an enemy, it will inflict Provoke. If you use it on a party
I agree with what they were saying.
Shirk.
Like this has misclick written all over it, you know.
ただ一つのボタンに統合するだけだと挑発とシャー
Like,
クを
oops,
近いタイ
I
ミングで
forgot
使いたい時に
to,
困ってし
yeah,
まう
for
の
some of
で、
these context
これまで
specific
と同
or
じような
target
使い方がで
specific.
きるように
I meant to heal you,
ヘイトマネージメントは
didn't
リチャージまで止められ
didn't
るアクションとしています。
retard it. I guess that's
Now,
that
some
would
of you may
happen
be thinking
anyway.
that with this kind of consolidation, that in
Well,
cases where
okay.
you would
Sometimes
normally
you
use both
misheal
of these
because you
actions
didn't
in
like click on the
succession, that
guy.
you won't be able
This
to
would
do
be
that
like, oh,
anymore.
I didn't click off
To
of the
relieve
boss.
this potential problem and make sure that players will be able to use both of these
It
as
is
they
a cool
always have,
name.
we'll be giving Scales of
That's
Enmity
like some
2
free run
charges
shit.
to use however you wish.
その他、インタージェクトには
Just
ロー
tell
ブ
the
ロード
boss to
3
kill
効果が統合
itself.
される予定になっています。
Another example of attack action being changed is that low blow will be phased
Oh,
out and its stun
okay.
effect added to the remaining action interject.
このようにホットバーにセットするアクションの数が減ることで、操作がしやすく、ジョブ全体の仕組みも理解しやすくなるようにしました。
So basically, by cutting the overall amount of keystrokes from a job's action rotations, we're aiming to make things easier to understand, ultimately making that job more accessible to more players.
では、次にジョブごとの個性についてですが、ここからは実機でお見せしたいと思います。今日は4つのジョブを紹介します。
628.
So as I mentioned, another aim of Evolve Mode is to make each job feel unique.
So yeah, let's go to
And the
Dragoon.
best way
I'll
to
double
explain
back.
that is
それ、ごめん、やっぱり、出すところからやった方が盛り上がるよ。
No, we want
okay.
it.
So yeah, you have to pop them while everybody's
Yeah.
watching. So
では、玉木くんの画面お願いしま
Let
す。
us go back to gameplay PC1.
okay,
Okay.
Dragoon,
Work your magic.
striking dummy.
Oh.
はい、ここ、かかしをポップさせました。
Okay, we got a striking dummy up.
はい、従来の竜騎士と比べるとかなり変更点が大きくて、メカニクスも全くの別物になっています。
So compared to Reborn mode, Evolve mode for the Dragoon changes are very significant, with job action mechanics being
I like the
almost
little
completely
blow
different
up.
than the Reborn mode.
まず、ジョブハットですが、ドラグーンシンボルというものがあります。
So if you look at the HUD, you'll see stacks of Dragon's Bane gauge.
これは戦闘中の時間経過で自動で溜まるスタック要素になっています。
So this gauge will gradually fill
I like
over
Sinister
time
and
when
Dexter,
engaged in
like for the
battle.
eyes.
このスタックを消費して、方向指定のある強力なウェポンスキルを実行できます。まず、シニスタードライブは敵の左側面から実行すると威
I have
力が上がり
glasses,
ます。
so I'm used to seeing this on my
these stacks are
doctor's
then spent to
computer screen.
execute powerful direction-based weapon skills. So executing the Sinister drive from the enemy's left will increase potency.
次に、
Where is
デ
that?
クスタードライ
What
ブ
skill
は
did he
敵の右
use?
側面から実行すると威力が上がります。
And then executing Dexter drive from the right will also increase potency.
そして、シニスタードライブとデクスタードライブの後に使用できるようになる桜花絢爛は敵の背面から実行すると威力が上がります。
And then, after using both Sinister and Dexter drives, this will ready what is known as Winged Chaos, which, if executed from behind, will earn you a significant damage bonus.
Winged Chaos? Oh,
これま
Chaos.
での
I
方
was
向
like,
指定
what?
アクションよりも条件が細かくなっているので難しくなっている
He
部分も
lost
あるんです
Nestron
が、
already.
実行するタイミングをある程度自由に調整できることと、ベンジフルジャンプというアクションを使うと次に実行するウェポンスキルの方向指定を無視できる効果が付与されるので、これも利用しながら戦います。
So, to offset this increase of difficulty created by implementing this additional layer of attack direction specificity, we've added a little bit more leeway to attack execution timing. We've also added a new jump, which is called Vengeful
Execution
Jump,
timing.
which ignores the directional requirements of the next weapon skill used.
Oh, okay. Okay. Sounds
竜騎
promising.
士だけの話ではないんですが、エバーコールドから方向指定に成功した際の手応えを感じてもらえるように、新しい表現の追加なども検討しています。
And while this is not specific to Dragoon, to let players better know that they've successfully executed a directional attack correctly, we'll be adding more intuitive graphical feedback.
もう一つ
It's not just gonna be the
流儀という要素があり
clunky,
ます。
like the
これは
hollow
先ほどの
thud
ベンジフルジャンプを実行する
audio,
たびに付与されてい
the
る
hollow
スタック
thud
要素にな
audio.
っていて、最大3スタックになる
No, that was my
実
reaction.
行できます。
Like, I was like distracted by the flashing, but then I was like, wait, no, I'm here to find out what's happening.
Blood of the Dragon accumulates each time a Dragoon executes the aforementioned Vengeful Jump. And then when it reaches its max of 3, it readies an attack called Star Diver.
このスターダイバーを実行すると、赤の流血状態に移行して専用の強力なコンボを実行できます。
Executing Star Driver then grants Life of the Dragon, which in turn allows the execution of a powerful combo.
Wow, another combo.
さらにとっておきとして、
And it feels faster. Maybe that's just a perception thing.
使います。スカイハイを実行すると空高く飛び上がって一定時間後に地上に落ちてきて大ダメージを与えます。
In addition, executing the aforementioned Star Diver will also ready the one-time action Sky High. With Sky High, players will fly high up into the air, landing several moments later to deal massive damage.
The PvP limit break? I don't know. So my first thought was like, how am I going to find a way to kill myself with this skill? That's how I feel about it in PvP already, and that was the first thing I thought when I saw that.
So Sky High was designed to feel like a legacy Final Fantasy jump ability. So while Airborne, we originally wanted players to be temporarily immune to all enemy attacks. But we soon realized that we couldn't go quite that far.
無効化できてしまうとコンテンツのギミックなどが成立しなくなってしまうので、代わりに受けるダメージを大幅に軽減できるようになっています。
If we made players completely immune to all attacks, that would kind of mess with a lot of the boss battle mechanics. So damage reduction won't be a full 100%, but we are looking to have it reduced significantly.
Okay.
っていうとんでもない数値になっていて、ちょっとやりすぎな気もしてるんですが、
We'll see what the numbers are. I could kill myself. No problem. Leave that to
So I
me.
said it won't be 100%, but currently our internal number that we have is 90% reduction.
90? That's gonna get nerfed.
That may still change depending on how tests go. But that said, going a little overboard.
No,
in
see,
this
it's
case is a
90%,
lot more
but the
fun,
damage
isn't it?
that's being dealt is like 200%. You have to use it to save yourself. That's what's gonna happen.
All right, so let's take one more look at everything in action.
I'm just trying to fucking follow what he's doing. He hasn't even used Wormwind yet. And he used Elusive at some point? Whoa, you just use... Does he have charges of Wormwind? What the... That certainly looks... Well, wait, that's like just the Nidhogg ability, right? Just like repurpose?
Can I do it too?
じゃあ僕の画面お願いします。
If we
It
could
certainly
switch
looks
to
cool.
gameplay too, please.
Oh, it's like PvP. Because that's what you do in PvP, right? You elusive jump and then Wormwind.
ローテを回してるけど、
Are you saying PvP is just the testing ground?
むちゃくちゃ爽快に楽しめるんで、まあこれまでとは違った竜騎士として、ぜひエベルモード実装されたら楽しんでみてもらいたいです。
So this time we were showing an example, so we had a set rotation that we did, but it's so exhilarating, and I think you will experience that this is a very different feel as a Dragoon, so I would love for everybody to try it out when it comes out.
少しだけ補足させてください。竜騎士だけの話ではないんですが、
I'm
基本的に
intrigued.
ローテーションを回していて楽し
I'm
いと
not
感じられること
immediately
を目
off
標
put.
に、そのジョブらしさを感じられるようにしました。
So now this again isn't specific to Dragoon, but all of the jobs, we've tried hard to make these new rotations something that are not only fun to play, but also really represent the feel of each job.
竜騎士といえばジャンプだと思うので、ジャンプ系のアクションにより個性を持たせつつ、さらに爽快感が増すように流血関連の遊びを強化しています。
So for
Dragoon's the only thing I play in
that was about
PvP. That's the
making
only
those
reason I know
signature
about it.
jump attacks and combining them with the improved Blood of the Dragon mechanics to create something that feels really slick and tight.
他にもアビリティの数の多さ
If
とか
anything, pace-wise, what like sticks out like a sore thumb is the
かなり楽しめる
the
のでは
sky
ない
high
かなと
jump.
思っています。
And like Paladin, with Dragoon, there was also originally a glut of these actions, so we worked on paring down that number as we went.
I could somehow see that getting changed at some point. I don't know, it's kind of late in the... Well, okay, there's like months. I was just thinking like, pacing-wise, that feels like it disrupts the flow. It's like, okay, take your coffee, you're jumping.
Okay, so that's all for Evolve Move for Dragoon. Let's return to the PowerPoint so I can get ready the next
Okay,
job.
let me double back to Paladin.
個性についてですが、ここからは実機でお見せしたい
No,
と
let's see.
思います。
I'll say, I'll pause. I'm intrigued. It seems... I'm willing to well, like I said, I feel like probably in the long run, it makes more sense to just switch and call it a day. But at least it doesn't feel like I would be switching to something that I don't want to accept. So I guess I'll just have to see, I'll have to see more as they evolve this, and we'll see, we'll have to see how it plays on release. Definitely looks cool, and that's even like, they've got to be using a lot of existing effects because it's like early, right? Like their UI is not done. That's probably all like sky high. That was the PvP ability. I was just asking myself, like, would they really have done anything new at this point? Probably not. Oh yeah, I guess I could see that. Like, you use it. I could see that being, I guess. What I guess comes to mind with that thought that it's something you don't do often is that, like, maybe I'm just approaching it too rigidly. No, it's not, because like from an optimization perspective, you want to use all your resources like the maximum number of times possible before the end of the fight, so that you're not wasting anything. So there's going to be some thought to like a cycle, like or if it's something that builds up over a set amount of time, or like accumulation of some sort of resource by according to some sort of pattern, then there will be like 2 uses of it or something, for example, and you'll want to plan when those go off so that because it'll take too long to get a third, so you have some flexibility maybe to push it around a little bit. I did hear that, or no, do they say that? Where did they say that exactly? They said that somewhere. I remember the comments going around. But I'm also thinking, like, maybe, yes, but also, like, from a resource expenditure perspective, like, why wouldn't some other meta of a similar concept replace it? Okay, alright, I'll watch through. It's like, there's like, I could see the skill expression coming into play, but just like, actions executed, resources expended within a fixed amount of time. There's going to be some sort of time-derived meta, surely. And it may be that, like, it's, I suppose, one could expect it to be more fight specific,
So
I guess.
just want to put in a disclaimer here really quickly. You may be familiar with the letter from the producer live streams, and we show off gameplay at those, but the build that we'll be showing you is an even more like earlier build.
では、まず、 玉木くんの PC の画面出してもらえますか？
So if we could have the gameplay 1 PC shown on the main screen.
ちなみに、今あそこに映ってて拡大されてるバーは、本来はジョブハットに置き換わるんですけど、ごめんなさい、まだはいはいはい、ありがとうございます。
Thank you.
はい、まずナイトですが、今現在皆さんがプレイされているナイトが比較的扱いやすいジョブになっていると思いますので、基本的なメカニクスは大きくは変えずに、極端に多いボタン数を削減しました。
So moving back, as Paladin is already one of the easier jobs to use, for Evolved mode, we didn't implement too many changes to play mechanics, and instead focused on drastically reducing the number of inputs in a typical rotation.
はい、先ほど説明させていただいた通り、基本コンボは一つのボタンが自動で置き換わります。
So as I mentioned earlier in the presentation, one way we achieved that was by consolidating combos into a single button icon. Fast Blade, changes to Riot Blade, changes to Divine Authority, and back to Fast Blade.
で、また、ディバインジャスティスは魔法に関連したアクションになっていて、敵に使うとホーリースピリットが実行されて、自分やパーティーメンバーに使うとクレメンシーが実行されます。
Or like we mentioned before, by changing an action's effect based on who the target is. So when Divine Justice, which is now a magic button, is cast on an enemy, it becomes Holy Spirit. When it's cast on a party member, it becomes Clemency. Now the same button.
もちろんおなじみのインペラトルからのブレードコンボもあります。
Of course, the blade combo following Imperator has also been consolidated into one of those updating icon buttons.
Well, this one's just one we have. Mostly.
そしてナイトのエボルブモードの新しい個性として、
Does that mean I get a mega confit or a mega clemency if I unclick the boss?
And one new thing that we are trying with Evolved mode
Or I guess
and
I have to click
Paladin
on
is the
myself.
addition of counter actions that become available when blocking certain attacks just right.
敵の攻撃をホーリーシェルトロンで受け止めると、カウンターアクションのアンサラーを実行できます。
So for example, upon successfully stopping an attack with Holy Sheltrum, Paladins can then execute a counterattack called Answering Strike.
さらに、
Stack with your buddy so that you can break your TBNs.
高い状態で受け止めることで、強化版のリタリエーターを実行できます。
And if Paladins execute Holy Sheltrum right before an attack lands, then that counter is transformed into an even more potent version of itself called Satisfaction.
What? Okay. That was the first thing I thought of. Like, is this going to be more like a near game with perfect dodges? Is this one of those games where the whatever latency and whatnot is good enough for that?
All right, so now let's take another look at all these actions together in battle, and keep your eyes open. You might see some other new actions as well.
繰り返しになるんですけど、ナイトはとにかくボタン数が多いジョブだったので、どのように削減するかをこだわりました。
So Paladin has always been a job with a lot of button presses. So we put a lot of focus on how to intuitively reduce that number.
No joke, it's one of the jobs that fills up my hotbars like to the brim.
We didn't just want to simply remove actions though, and as an extension remove the things that you could do in battle. We wanted to keep things interesting and fun. So we retained what we thought would keep those things interesting.
例えば、クレメンシーやカバウは使用頻度は高くないアクションなんですが、うまく使えた時の楽しさを感じられるアクションなので、他のアクションボタンと、統合する形で残しています。
So for example, clemency and cover are not actions that are used that much in battle, but when used properly, they can be a lot of fun. So we used the aforementioned consolidation techniques to make sure that they remained.
Oh, that's what you guys are talking about. You dash your buddy to apply tether? I don't know if I feel about
あと
that.
はディープダンジョンなどで便利なシールド
I
バッシュ
guess
も
it
健在
makes
です。
sense.
Likewise, shield bash can be really useful in Deep Dungeon, so we made sure that that made the cut as well. Oh, shield bash moving far away. Shield lob.
Oh, that's what he was doing. I see.
はい、以上ナイトのエボルブモードのご紹介
New
で
ways
した。
for Kyoka to kill us. That's what I'm
元に
seeing.
戻してください。
ちょっと待ってね。
Oh, hold on one moment. Sorry.
せっかくだからさ、
はい。
挑発
Exactly.
やってないよね。
You haven't done. Have you done provoke and shirk?
僕の PC ちょっと映してもらっていいです
Can
か
we switch to gameplay 2, please?
そしてトニー、申し訳ないんだけど、ここに来て、パワーポイントがまた、マウスカーソルどっか行っちゃって暴れてるから、調整してくんないだろうか。
And we are summoning Tony again.
PowerPoint
So-
problems. But while he's doing that, we're going to show you some gameplay. Okay, here
Yes.
we have screen 2. So you can see the hotbar at the bottom is the PC hotbar.
まあ普通に、では挑発しますね。
Provoke.
で、シャーク。これも変わります。
Okay, so we did provoke and then shirk, and as you can tell, it does. It's not altered, but then it recognizes what you're trying to do.
Yes,
Shifts
they'll summon him.
dynamically.
That's going to be the new. That's going to be the new summoner ability, Tony.
じゃあ攻撃させてくれるかな、ボスに。
Will it let me? Will you let me attack the boss?
We're going to kill it.
はい。という感じで、まあこれまでとまたちょっと違ったね、ナイトとして遊べるのがエボルブモードになっております。
So yeah, you can experience a new kind of like gameplay feel by switching to the evolved mode.
All right.
で、トニーごめん、もう一回来て。
Tony!
We want Tony!
Want Tony? We need Tony!
We don't know where the cursor went.
No.
The mouse disappeared.
Yes.
Oh, did it show up?
Tony, save the day!
Turn it off, then turn it on
okay.
We
again.
can found mouse. ああ、いた。いた。え、次どれ押せばいい？トニー、英語モードすぎてわからない。パワーポイントプレゼンテーションに戻したい。
Back to the
Yes.
There we go.
ありがとう。ありがと
ありがとうご
う。
めん。
俺なんでこんなに不安定なんだろう。
Why? Why?
Okay.
Okay. So let's get back to the. Are we almost there?
Okay. PowerPoint, please.
All right. So we can go back to the PowerPoint.
はい、お待たせしました。
Okay. Thank you.
Sorry about that. Thank you for waiting.
Okay.
では次に、
Okay,
メレー
let's-
DPS の
after
竜騎士の紹介をします。
So now,
Bard. I don't know too much about bards.
はい、来ましたね。
Okay, here we are.
All right, let's. You know what? I'll watch, but I don't really know what I'm looking at.
はい、銀融指示に関しても竜騎士と同じようにメカニクスに
Well, how
大
much
き
more
な
is
変更を行っています。
so just like with Dragoon, evolve mode. for
I'll
Bard,
watch it,
We'll
I'll
see
watch it.
some major changes to the mechanics.
コンセプトとしては、銀融詩人らしく支援ジョブとして
All
の
I
強みを
know
際立たせるために
is Apex Arrow and that thing that's lit up, straight shot or whatever, bloodshot, what's one of those, and 3 songs,
maintaining that
and there's a
there's
Wander,
while putting more
a
emphasis
Payon,
on
Warden's
songs,
Payon.
specifically when and where you execute which songs.
まず、ジョブハットのミンストレルシンボルというものがあります。これを消費して、賢人のバラード、軍神のパイオン、旅神のメネートのいずれかの歌アクションを実行します。
So here we have the performance gauge. This bar is consumed to cast Mage's Ballad, Army's Payon, and the Wanderer's
Oh,
Minion.
there's White Mage after
それ
this?
ぞれの歌には
What
パ
is
ーティーへ
this?
のバフ効果があって、賢人のバラードはリジェネ、
Oh,
軍神
after,
のパイオンは移動速
maybe.
度アップ、旅神のメネットは
I
バ
think?
リア効果になってい
Wait, no,
ます。
that's
歌の
a
順番は自由なので、
tank.
ギミ
I
ックに
see
合わせて歌い
reprisal.
分けることができます。
So each of these
Oh, there's actually just more
songs grants
explanation.
parties a
I
buff.
see.
Regen for the ballad, increased movement speed for the Payon, and barrier for the minuet. And songs can be sung in any order in order to best match what is currently going on in battle.
また、これらの歌アクシ
Actually,
ョン
I'll
を実行した
just,
直
since
後
there's
は、
more
銀融詩人自身も強力な
yapping
いくつかね
to be
あ
had,
のテ
not
ストで
yapping,
もち
but
ろん開発
expository remarks.
Both modes.
Here we go.
次に、エボルブモードでは、アクションの習得レベルの
It's
再設計が行われ
before.
ます。
Next, we'll be adjusting the levels at which actions are acquired.
そしてもう一つ、
I do want to see White Mage.
このスターダイバーを
Since
実行すると、
White Mage.
Depletes
Yeah,
the
you're
game.
right. You're right.
Cast a healing
I'll watch White Mage.
One of those.
Soon, that are asked to ignore loss that occurs who play it number as we went.
Blink and you miss it. Like a healer. Like a heal. Before you know it, you lost that health. Never knew the difference.
はい、以上、竜騎士のエボルブモードでのご紹介でした。一度パワポに戻してください。
Okay, so that's all for Evolve Mode for Dragoon. Let's return to the PowerPoint so I can get ready the next job.
He needs the PowerPoint for his waiting screen. He gets it.
では次のジョブは何でしょ
次は、
What is our next job?
次は白魔導士です。
All right, next up we have White Mage.
う。さあでは玉木くんの方の実況をお願いします。
All right, I think he's ready. Gameplay 1, please.
また出てきた。
また出てきました。
Another one of those.
Sanctity.
はい、次は白魔導士です。今現在の白魔導士はヒーラーの中でも扱いやすいジョブですし、プレイされている方も非常に多いジョブな
Now,
ので、
fitting that they're in
違和感なく移行
Elpis,
できるようにしました。
developing
そ
this
の中でも
new
いくつか
tech.
変更点があります。
All right, so out of all of our healing jobs, White Mage is already fairly easy to use, and that's why that there's a lot of people who play it. And that's why we wanted to make the transition from Reborn mode to Evolve mode as smooth and as accessible as possible. That said, there's still some major differences.
まず、ジョブハットにサンクチュアリシンボルというものがあります。これは回復魔法で味方を回復したときに付与されます。
Okay, so first up here you can see the Sanctity gauge, and this fills every time you cast a healing spell on an ally.
では敵にアクションを使わせます。
Not just the passage of time.
So I'm going to use this. Okay, effect.
あ、自分しか回復しないのね。
Oh no, you're only healing yourself, huh?
はい、このスタックが溜まった状態で、ホーリーサンクチュアリーという魔法を実行すると、スタック数に応じたダメージが上乗せされます。
So this is directly connected with a new action called Holy Sanctuary that when cast, depletes the gauge and deals damage in proportion to the stack.
このシステムの目的なんですが、GCD の回復魔法を実行した際に DPS のロスをしづらくすることです。
So basically, the thinking behind the implementation of this is to prevent the inevitable DPS loss that occurs when using global cooldown healing spells.
特に高難度コンテンツにおいては、厳しい DPS チェックに対して、GCD は回復魔法ではなく、なるべく攻撃魔法に回すことを求められるケースがありました。
So this becomes especially relevant in some of the more high-level content, where a lot of times white mages are asked to ignore global cooldown healing magics to make sure that parties don't fail their DPS checks.
ヒーラーはあくまでも味方を守ることがメインの役割であってほしいので、このシステムを追加することで GCD ヒールの重要性を上げています。
I just push glare because I'm thinking.
A healer's main priority, so this new feature is meant to do just that.
まあなのでちゃんと栄唱があるけど GCD ヒールをする
That's actually like 75% of the reason why I'm pushing glare. It's because I don't know what to do and I just need to push something.
なので回復魔法を唱えることで自身の DPS も上げられるっていう、まあ要はヒールをしながら DPS も出すっていうところに、今回このエボルブモードのホワイトメイジにはそういった仕組みを実装してます。
So to supplement to that, of course, there will be cast time involved, but by casting a global cooldown heal, you will still be able to attack. And so it's kind of like a heal plus have DPS.
But it does get me in trouble when I run out of MP. Especially I feel like in Dawn Trail where it feels like MP disappears. I feel like in Endwalker, I remember like in Stormblood, I was afraid of losing MP. Then not so much in Endwalker, and now I'm afraid of it again.
In conjunction with this, we've removed casting times for most white mage attack spells. We want the main focus to be on healing spells with their cast times and not on the attacks. Boom.
基本攻撃が、無栄唱になることで各種アビリティも使いやすくなりますし、コンテンツのギミックにも対応しやすくなると思っています。
By making non-healing basic attack spells instant, it makes them easier to implement in rotations without disrupting healing and easier to incorporate into duty content strategies.
また、今実機でお見せしたので気づいた方もいらっしゃるかと思うんですが、これまで基本攻撃魔法は同じ魔法を連続で打っていたんですが、単調さを軽減するために1段目と2段目で異なる魔法が発動するようにもなっています。
Finally, we recognize that a lot of white mages were using the same basic attack spells over and over again. So,
what do you mean? There are only like 2.
Tweaking certain spells to have different effects the first and then second times you cast them in a row.
はい、それでは一通りアクションを使ってみます。
Alright, so let's see everything in action once more.
Doesn't it feel like you should be taking damage to make us to underscore the use of the heals and myths?
白魔同士は他にも細かいところを調整していて、これまで以上に扱いやすいジョブになるようにしました。
So we've tweaked a lot of different things and tried our best to make White Mage even easier to use than before.
Even easier?
同じような使い道のアクションだったディバインベニゾンとアクアベールを統合してボタン数を削減しつつチャージアクション化したりしてます。
For example, consolidating Divine Benison and Aquaveil into a single action and then adding charges to this.
テンポランスの効果中は、移動速度が上がるようにしてより便利なアクションになるように調整しました。
With Temperance, to make it easier to use, we've added an extra effect to increase movement speed after casting Temperance.
run fast for me?
先ほど説明した GCD ヒールをしても DPS をロスしづらくなるシステムや、基本攻撃魔法の無縁消化もあって、これまでヒーラーロールをあまりプレイしてこなかった方でも遊びやすくなっていると思うので、ぜひ挑戦してみてください。
はい。
So the removal of cast times for basic attack
For
magic
real,
and
that's
the changes
the
to the
that's
global
the
cooldown for
takeaway.
healing magic to ensure DPS doesn't drop should help make it easier for first-time healers to get a better grasp of the job. So if you've never played a healer before, now is a great time to start.
Not
はい、以上
now,
白魔導士
but
の、ご紹介でした。
9 months from now.
That's all for White Mage.
まあホワイトメイジはやっぱり多くの人が使ってくれてるジョブなので、まあできるだけシンプルに、でも皆さんのフィードバックにあったヒールしつつもやっぱりより攻撃をシンプルにしたいっていうところに今回答えてるのが白魔導士のエボルブモードになってます。
For sure. And with White Mage, I know a lot of players use the White Mage, and so we wanted to make it simple, but we have listened to the feedback that we had received so that we have a job that heals but also can attack.
They killed it.
ではパワーポイント戻してください。
Okay, let us switch back to the PowerPoint.
Okay, let's jump to back to here.
Specific examples from a few jobs. I'd like to touch upon some of the changes that we're making to the entire battle system in general to accommodate these two modes.
エバーコールドからはこれらの変更が行われます。
And here are some of the changes that we'll see with the launch of Evercold.
まず、両モード共通の要素として、シナジーアクションが削除されます。
So first off, we'll be removing most synergy actions from both modes.
次に、エボルブモードではアクションの習得レベルの再設計が行われます。
Next, we'll be adjusting the levels at which actions are acquired.
そしてもう一つ、エボルブモードではタンクロールの MT と ST の役割分けをします。
And finally, for Evolve Mode, we'll be defining two different specialties, main and off tanks for the tank role.
はい、一つずつ説明していこうと思います。
So let me explain each in detail because you probably have questions.
まず、シナジーアクションの削除ですが、パーティーメンバーの攻撃力を上げるようなアクションを削除したり、効果を変更しています。
Okay, so first up, with synergy actions, we'll be removing or changing the effect of those actions which increase party member attack.
シナジーに関しては、パーティープレイとしての連動や手応えという面でプラスになることもあるので、それを好まれていた方もいらっしゃったかと思います。
While we understand that many players enjoy job synergies and party buffs as extensions of party play proficiency,
ですが、シナジーがあることによっていくつかのマイナス面もあります。
we also felt that those synergies had a negative impact to battle.
例えば、あらゆるジョブのローテーションの周期が120秒に縛られて自由度が損なわれていること。
First, synergy actions bind many jobs to specific 120-second rotations, which robs players of freedom in battle.
次に、ローテーションをミスした時のロスが大きいこと。
Secondly, when there's a mistake made in the rotation, the result can be devastating for the whole party.
そして、ジョブメカニクスやボスバトルメカニクスの設計が、シナジーの周期に縛られてしまっていることです。
And finally, the dev team, the battle team, is forced to design new job and boss battle mechanics around these existing synergy actions.
これはちょっと僕からも補足をさせてもらいます、ね。
That's why the bosses can't win. They're not.
今回この
they
決断を
they
するの
ease
が
up at
正
the
直
wrong
かなり
time.
悩みました。
So coming to this decision was actually quite hard.
まあ特にやっぱりこうパーティープレイをしていてボスエンカウンターと戦うときにまあお互いのタイミングを合わせてバーストをするまあシナジー合わせと呼ばれる部分がまあパーティープレイのいいところじゃないかっていう部分は僕もそう思う部分はあります。
And especially with playing as a party and you are tackling the boss encounters, there is this element where you kind of strategize to match your timing so that you can maximize that burst and get that synergy buff. And that's kind of what makes party play fun, or like that's one of the good things about the party play.
ただ今玉木くんが説明してくれたようにやっぱりこの 大きな2つのデメリット。
That said, there are those disadvantages or like the negative points that Tamaki had explained.
とにかくまず1つ目は、ジョブのアクションローテーションがそのシナジーのタイミング120秒にとにかく合わせなきゃ僕らも設計でいけないので、どのジョブもやっぱりこれによって似てきてしまう。プレイフィールが120秒ごとに。
And of course, first of all, it's with the job actions and considering the synergy and having that sort of 120-second timing from a design perspective as well, you tend to see like similarities across the different jobs.
まあ少しでもちょっとジョブにね、個性も持たせるためにユニークなことをしようとすると、バーストのタイミングからずれるからもうやめてくれっていう。でも一方ではジョブの個性がないっていうフィードバックもあって、まあここが一つ長年の大きな悩みでした。
And of course, whenever we try to give a little bit more individuality to a job, we see that it doesn't align necessarily with the burst timing, so that may cause some frustrations. But at the same time, if we try to match that, then players start to ask about, well, I want to see more individuality in the different jobs. And it's been a struggle for a very long time.
で、もう一つはここの下の絵にある通り、
And of course, lastly, as you can see in the diagram on the bottom,
ボスがこうバトルをスタートすると、最初まず、うおーって言いながら、かかしのようにみんなのバストを受ける時間があって。
And so when the boss fight starts, okay, everybody charges in, then they're all ready to go, and you're striking the enemy as if you're striking a striking dummy.
で、そっから、うわーってこういろいろ、2分間ぐらい暴れるんだけど、2分経つとまた、うわー
And you go through that 120 seconds, 2 minutes, you give it your all, and then you have to wait, and you have to charge
Basically,
again.
yeah, it's talking about the boss is like, I'm going to kill you, I'm going to kill you. Now I'm just going to wait here while you hit me for a while. Yeah, just sit here.
そう、これがどうしても、ずっと
That's just traditional villain. That's just traditional villainy.
そこでボスバトルエンカウンターチームがユニークなタイムラインを組むと、
Passed down through the
タイミング
ages.
にボスがいなくなって、
They all read the same
もう
books.
やめてほしいみたいなフィードバックもあるので、とにかく皆さ
It's
ん
in
の
the
自由度
manuals
と
from
我
like
々の
medieval
自由度
times.
をもっと上げて、もっと面白いものを作りたいというのが、
It's
今回
after where you
すい
learn
ま
how
せ
to
ん
use
そ
a
の
sword.
両天秤にかけた上で、今回シナジーを廃止させてもらうという決断をしました。
And so because of that, it's kind of inevitable that we kind of get a little repetitive in these encounters, and we want to have something that's unique. And when we try to experiment, then we start running into problems about synergy, and sometimes there are mechanics where when everybody's timing aligns, the boss is gone, and so that's frustrating. We don't want that happening. So we really wanted to have players
That's
have
a
that
bang
freedom
box if I
and then
ever
make
saw
it a very
one.
fun fight. So after a lot of deliberating, yeah, that's when we came to the decision that, yeah, we should get rid of the synergy, the actions.
It's about giving freedom to both the players for you to be able to do what you want and not be bound by these cycles, but also give freedom to the developers to create something that is more than just the 120-second cycles of attacking and then nothing, and attacking and then nothing. Now he has more freedom to do a lot crazier things in battle, and you have the freedom to do a lot crazier things as well.
I could definitely see that being an advantage for the design side of it.
自分からの補足なんですが、一部の
And I
自
can
分
see
に
that,
は
yeah,
そ
just
の
for
自分の個性
both
と
the
して
boss,
味方の攻撃
you know,
力
what
を
the
上げ
boss
る
is
アクション
doing,
などは
and
残ってい
like,
るんですが、
if you're just going to
ローテーションに
continue
縛り
adding
を
more
発生させるよう
jobs,
なものではない
you
ように
want
してい
to
ます
try to
Again,
create,
like I mentioned at the top, the main
reduce
concept surrounding
burden
these changes is to
on
create something that
threading the
players will
needle
enjoy for
for
years to come.
individuality
And we
and
felt
like
that doing away with synergy
compatibility
accents was a
across
step in the
multiple
right direction
jobs.
to
That would
achieve
make
this.
sense.
まあだからレンジ DPS
Or I can
が持って
imagine
る
how
ような
that would
パーティー
potentially
を支
ease
援
the
するアク
burden.
ションっていうのは一部ジョブには特徴として残ってるものがあります。ただそれがローテーションをね固定化するようなものではないように調整をさせてもらってますので、そこは安心してください。
So for example, like say a ranged DPS may still retain their support actions as a sort of personality or like their individuality, but it's not meant to kind of make your rotation static, and we'll make sure that we are adjusting accordingly.
はい、次に、エボルブモードでは、全ジョブのアクションの習得レベルの調整をしています。
So next up, for evolved mode specifically, we'll be adjusting the level at which actions are acquired for all jobs.
具体的にはレベル50までにホットバーにセットする必要のあるアクションは全て揃うようにしました。
So the plan is to have the hotbar full of all necessary actions by level 50.
Still don't want to get Aurum Veil.
この変更は、レベルシンクされた際の遊びが単調になりがちな問題の解消と、新規で始められる方が低レベルのうちからも変化を感じながら
Time to log in. It'll be everyone's going to want to log in on Lancer, you know, where you've got whatever one button.
Help newer players to a job get the feel of the difference between Reborn and Evolve modes early on.
3 buttons.
レベル
Be
50以降はホ
generous.
ットバーにセットするアクションの数は変わらないんですが、各アクションに効果が追加されたり、派生アクションが追加されるなどの変化が行われます。
Then, after level 50, instead of adding new actions, we'll introduce changes to ones already set to the hotbar, such as adding extra effects or derivative actions.
まあ、これによってレベル50付近、もしくはレベル、まあどうしてもこう、ジョブのアクションというか、ローテーションの完成がエボルブの方が早いので、低レベルにシンクした時はエボルブ使おうかなみたいなのもありだとは思います。
And so because of this, you will have all the required actions by level, around level 50, and you will have your set, so to speak. And so I think that makes the evolve mode a little quicker to get all of your actions in place. So if you ever do need to go into the level synced dungeons in the lower levels, I think you might, that evolve mode might be a good option to choose.
はい、最後にエボルブモードのメインタンクとサブタンクの役割分けについてです。タンクジョブにそれぞれの個性と役割を持たせるために、メインタンク向けのジョブと、サブタンク向けのジョブを分けることにしました。
So finally, with evolved mode, we want to redefine the tank role into 2 unique paths. Those 2 paths being main tank and off tank, with both having their own characteristic play style.
例えば、メインタンク向けのジョブの場合、敵からのタンク向けの攻撃をより大きく軽減できたりとか、カウンターアクションを扱えるなどの特徴があります。
So for example, main tank jobs will focus on mitigating damage and countering enemy attacks.
先ほど、紹介させていただいたナイトと 8.0 で追加される新ジョブのが
Why is a war? Why
So
war?
Paladin will fall under a main tank role, and the new tank in 8.0 will also be a main tank.
But
サブタ
home
ンク向けのジョ
game.
ブは、味方を守ったり敵のダメージを低下させるアクションを持つためより支援が得意といった特徴があります。
Off-tank jobs, on the other hand, will excel at protecting allies and lowering enemy attack, taking on more of a support role.
この役割分けですが、分かりやすく言うと、
They took away your job
バリア
identity.
ヒーラーの関係に近いものになっています。
Is this worth
This
it?
is somewhat similar to how with healers we have a pure healer and a barrier healer.
Or, okay. I guess this was a conversation that was had when Astro got
できるんで
nuked.
すが、霊式や絶コンテンツになると、正しい役割分けをした方が効率よく攻略できるようにしています。
So,
It's okay.
and
We
while
remember
most
how-
content,
we'll remember how it
is
used to
going to be
be.
designed to be able to be cleared without having to worry too much about which type of tank you have in your party. High-end content such as Savage and
I
Ultimate
blame those
parties,
people who
these parties will be able to clear these
stanced
duties
up
far more
and then
efficiently
didn't
by taking
clarify what they
advantage of
wanted to
both
do.
the main
This
and
is their
off role.
fault. This is that really because they couldn't poor communication, and then that's why they have to implement rules like this because we couldn't sort it out ourselves.
皆さんわーってなるんだね。
It's so interesting when we talk about tanks.
The
and
kids
people
couldn't
get
sort
really
it out, so
excited
the
about
parents
them.
have to step in, and as usual, the rules that get put into place are all just worse.
I do want to point out that this pertains to the evolve.
Yeah, no, I'm being
so-
facetious. Like it'll just depend on how it plays,
で
right?
は、まとめに入りましょうか。実機もう一回見せたいですか？
Do we want to show gameplay one more time?
It should at least make it more accessible.
じゃあ、玉木くんの方
It's
の実
like,
機にもう一回
okay,
戻
I
してもらえ
guess
ま
you
すか？
you have to make
Okay,
it
so can we
more
switch one last time
deliberate
to gameplay one, please?
to make it more accessible to more
What is
people.
it that?
でエボルブモードでは
Makes sense.
とにかくボタン数が少ないですし、各ジョブ
It's like my story about like
の
needing
シス
to
テムを作り
learning
やすくしたつもりなので
over the years
それぞ
learning
れ
to
のジ
just
ョブをどのようにプレイすればいい
live
か
with it
あ
and
まり
put
時間を
in,
かけずにできるようになっていると思い
make
ます
slides a little
So
easier
we've
to get the
significantly
get the
reduced the
takeaways
number
from it.
of button presses for evolve mode and the number of icons.
It's
in an
kinda like
effort to make
that.
it
That's how
easier
I'm
to learn and grasp.
Seeing it.
As a result,
What's-
it shouldn't take that long for players to grasp the new play style for each of these jobs.
こっちのコンテンツは竜騎士で参加して、あっちのコンテンツは銀融詩人で参加するみたいなことがこれまで以上にやりやすくなっていると思うので、ぜひいろんなジョブで、いろんなコンテンツに挑戦してみてほしいです。
See, they're simplifying it so that we can have our command panels
Open
up
up more avenues
over
for players to
here with
choose
more
different jobs for different
macros.
duties. Maybe in one, you'll want to play
We'll need to
Dragoon.
take more
Maybe in a
notes. So
different
what I was
duty, you'll
thinking,
want
so
to
why
play
did I
Bard,
why did
and
you say
will
that?
better suit you.
I was thinking
This
as I was
mode will give
looking
you
at
the
this,
freedom
like,
to branch
oh,
out.
so they're simplifying it so I could have my right hand when things aren't happening. I can take notes. How can I take notes? Command panel, just like an idyllic.
What happened to the?
間違えました。
You,
あー、間違えたの。
Oh,
you killed the striking dummy.
暴露を間違えたの。
wrong
Pressed the,
macro.
the wrong macro. We'll open up more avenues for players to choose different jobs for different duties. Maybe in one, you'll want to play Dragoon. Maybe in a different duty, you'll want to play Bard, and that will better suit you. This mode will give you the freedom to branch out.
Oh man.
Oh.
Oh. What happened to the?
間違えました。
You,
あー、間違えたの。
Oh,
you killed the striking dummy.
暴露を間違えたの。
Oh, did I
Wrong
like
The,
macro.
the
backtrack
wrong
by
macro.
accident?
目人が爆発しました。
さあ、というわけで、まあちょっと、まあ4ジョブというちょっとね、限られたジョブ数の中でしたが、なんとなく、まあ各ジョブによってね、色の濃い薄いはありますけど、新しいこう、エボブルーブモードで、ジョブがどう変わっていくのかみたいなのはご覧いただけたんじゃないかなと思います。
So today we were only able to show 4 jobs, which might be limited in number, but I feel that we were able to show how these jobs will feel differently in the evolved mode.
さあ、ではちょっと改めて最後もう一回パワーポイントお願いしてもよろしいですか。
Okay, let us go back to the PowerPoint one last time, please.
今日ね、玉木くんが、これからの、バトルのメインコンセプト、まあ、このように紹介してくれました。
So of course today Tamaki went through and explained how our battle system is going to be updated moving forward.
これはまあ、玉木くんのコンセプトでもあるんですけど、やっぱり14チーム、バトルに関わる自分も含めて、全員の今回のコンセプトになってます。
And of course, Tamaki is very responsible for this concept, but I think it also includes all of us that work on the battle elements, me included, having this main concept.
まあこれまで ARR を発売してからここまで13年間、いろんなシステムのアップデートや積み上げっていうのをここまでやってきました。
And of course, since A Realm Reborn, for 13 years, we've continued to update and make adjustments to this game.
なので、ここからは、まあ、この2つのモードで、より新しい人にも、これまで通りに遊びたい方にも、もっとエキサイトメントを求める皆さんにも、とにかくたくさんの人に14のバトルを長く、しかもボスごとに違った面白さで楽しんでいただきたいというのがこのコンセプトに詰まってます。
And of course, with all of this foundation underneath us, we're looking to bringing in more new players, but then also to be able to bring enjoyment to those people who are wanting more excitement, and for people to continue playing for a long time and have that freedom to with each encounter, try to experiment different strategies and different sort of approaches to them.
ですので、これからもぜひ、バトルシステムチーム、バトルコンバットチーム、まあ、バトルに携わるところだけではないんですけど、ぜひ、応
Man,
援の
it's
方いた
gonna
だけ
be
る
a
と
bit of a
大変
trip
嬉し
to
く思い
like
ます。
do old
As
stuff
such,
after
we
you
would love your support,
get used to the new stuff, I
for
guess.
Our battle system team, our battle combat team, and
Maybe it
the
won't. I don't know.
developers back home.
では、玉木くん、さらにちょっと少し付け加えつつ、最後、お伝えしてもらえますか。
So can
Maybe it'll
we
just
get a
feel
few
boring.
Closing words from you, Tamaki?
It's like, oh, nothing's happening for 2 minutes.
以上が、
I got so used to like
バトルシステ
the
ムの
boss
紹介
trying
をさ
to
せていただいたんですが、
I don't know
これから、14を始める方であったりと
all
か、
sorts of
最近は
things
バトル
and
コンテン
at
ツから
like
離れている方にも、改めて
45
14のバトルの
second
楽しさを
intervals.
感じてもらいたいと思っています。
So, not to repeat myself, but the Reborn and
At
Evolve
prime
modes are
number
about
intervals.
creating an easy-to-use, intuitive control scheme to help not only new players, but also get those players who maybe have stopped playing a lot of battle content back into the ring again.
すでにプレイされている方には、より楽しくいろんなジョブで遊んでほしいという思いで作っていますし、まさに今現在いろんな21ジョブの設計を進めているところです。
On top of that, it's about giving more options to players who already enjoy Final Fantasy XIV's battles and opening up even more jobs and roles to them.
これからもまだまだ、FF14 は続きますし、進化していくと思いますので、引き続きどうかよろしくお願いいたします。
And 8.0 certainly won't mark the end of the changes either. Final Fantasy XIV still has a lot of life in it, and we'll continue to look to evolve the battle systems for as long as we need to.
さあ、最後まで開発パネルやりきってみてどうでした？率直な感想として。
You did it. You fulfilled your. You've done your first dev panel at a fan festival. How do you feel?
Mr. Prime.
Mr. Prime.
ありがとうございます。
Thank you.
最初は
No, it's I think it's encouraging. We'll have to see. I like that they're at least willing to change things up a little bit. Looking ahead to who knows how long this next run of expansions could go. So trying to do things a little different is not bad. Optimus Prime. Okay, it is. I know it's gotta be late for you. I'm probably gonna be awake for just a little bit. But yeah. We'll see more over the next few months. So it'll be interesting. But I'll let you get to bed. Instead of keeping me company trying to wrap my head around the stuff they're up to. But good luck in round 2. I'll be back tomorrow night.